Hey, good morning everybody. Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Hope all is well. I'm going to try to keep this video around the 10-minute mark as a personal challenge, tying in together some well-known Ripple partners, connections, integrations with banks as always, and let's get into it. So to kick things off, I'm sure many of you have seen this, but do want to cover this. Critical Truther sharing this with his USAA account logged in and sees that Coinbase is an option. You can actually show your Coinbase Bitcoin wallet, the amount. Obviously, some people have said that they've had this for quite some time. We have Coining203 saying that this has been, available for quite some time. We have some people saying Fidelity has had it for a year and a half. So again, no surprise, but I do think it speaks volumes considering that banks in the United States can now custody digital assets, all thanks to Brian Brooks. He was the former chief legal officer at Coinbase, again, one of the biggest exchanges. I'm pretty sure within, this year or next year, they're most likely going public alongside with, groups such as Circle and potentially Ripple. And the thing with Ripple going public is obviously they derive some of their value from XRP. So when they go public, we'd hope that we would see price appreciation because it would not only help us, but also their valuation and improve, obviously just their overall valuation. They're roughly at what, 10 billion right now? I think Coinbase is, I'm going to butcher it off memory, maybe 8 billion. Don't be surprised to see these valuations go up as the entire crypto market grows. So acting comptroller of the currency, Brian Brooks. All right, we'll cover that in a minute. I want to tie into some points with Earthport, RIA, both well-known RippleNet partners. This is fact. This is well-known, dated back for quite some time. So Earthport, guys, cross-border payment network. We know that they have been acquired by Visa, and we've seen that document as well. Showing Ripple, Visa, and Earthport talking about that acquisition when Visa was kind of against and going head-to-head with MasterCard to acquire Earthport, saying that, we're teaming up with the likes of Ripple to help find a replacement or kind of enable and replace the Swift network. I think that speaks volumes as well. So now we have Earthport and RIA, both RippleNet partners, partnering together. And RIA, again, the third largest global money transfer company to provide the remittance companies with access to a global payment network, complementing RIA's existing bank deposit services. Excuse me, was referring to Earthport there. All right, so sounds very, very familiar, such as RippleNet, again, clearing settlement, low value payments, right? Again, Earthport's network, 50 banks are connected through a single relationship. Sounds vaguely familiar. Message transformation and compliance services, thus serving their customers with more payments and products. Again, RIA, kind of just similar to groups like TCS, just massive groups. I'm sure you guys are familiar with TCS, Quartz, Tata Consultancy Services, I believe. A subsidiary of Euronet Worldwide. Again, global money remittances, guys, the exact use case that on-demand liquidity is basically tackling currently. Don't be surprised. We have almost 300,000 global agents, 147 countries. So we see them tied together. Now we see Earthport and Transferwise. Again, Earthport and Transferwise are partners as well. You used to be able to see that right on Earthport's site. Transferwise and Ripple were listed alongside, there are a few other groups, but I'm blanking. And remember, Visa acquired Earthport, so we can see Visa's also teamed up with Transferwise, and we'll show that as well. So they show payment systems interconnected future. Again, it's all about interoperability, just like that term we've heard on King Solomon's recent interview with the gentleman from Hedera. It's co-opetition, cooperation and competition. All right. So we have this group right here. I don't even know how to pronounce this, so I'm just going to say AFTAB Currency Exchange Limited. I'm going to say ACEL, a global money transfer business, and they've partnered with Earthport to expand its bank-to-bank capability following growth in the electronic banking transfer service. All right. And again, strengthening its EU offering, seeing expansion throughout the Euro system as we're always talking about. And now we see Transferwise integrates into the UK FPS. Again, UK's faster payment service. Now, what do I always say every time I see the UK FPS? Which groups, which platforms are already interoperating with them? Volantes, Volpay, and guess what? Volante is also a technology provider, also with ACI Worldwide, Finastra, all three are RippleNet partners on the clearinghouse real-time payments platform for the United States as well. And the UK FPS is actually integrated with Volpay, which is RippleNet enabled to settle via XRP if they want to. Again, that speaks volumes. We know Volante's processing on the low end, $2 trillion per day. Just wanted to show another connection. All right, so Transferwise has received payments. All right, so again, Transferwise, I forgot if it was the CEO. I was reading something. He didn't bash Ripple per se. I think it was last year in May, but he said that we're simply waiting for them to onboard more customers. If they become, the standard or best option and cheapest option for our customers, we have no issue with joining them. But until then, we are waiting for the markets to mature, something around that type of vernacular. So again, I don't think that's bad. I think that's typical of anyone in the financial industry. All right. Earthport's payment network, again, RippleNet enabled. Offers clients evolving payment methods, 60 countries, fast, cost-effective. Again, it's multi-currency. You get the gist. All right. Next up, again, RIA, just a show, subsidiary of Euronet, talking about 155 countries, 377,000 locations, and 40 billion in money transfer volume per year. One of the largest payment service providers in the world. And then also talking about, Walmart using RIA. RIA is known, in fact, to join Ripple. Okay, so this is not speculation. That is just how it is. And they're another confirmed partner. So I guess, indirectly, you could argue Walmart as well. You could also argue, obviously, what Ripple owns almost a 10% stake in MoneyGram, which is with Walmart everywhere. We know even Western Union has trialed XRP. And then the second time they trialed it, they actually used it a little bit better and had better results, obviously. Scaling shows the savings. All right. Next, Visa partners with Transferwise. No surprise, because again, where were we? So we have RIA and Earthport and Transferwise. So again, I was just showing a demonstration. Visa partners with Transferwise on cross-border payments. No surprise. I mean, you guys can go into depth and detail with this. I don't need to bore you with all of this, but just wanted to show you. They're all interoperating and working on just overall payment systems and schemes. Okay. Now to continue to tie in Transferwise, guys, I am Legion. Thank you for the tag, sir. So we talked about Transferwise, RiaNet, Earthport, Visa. Now we're going to talk about BPCE Group, a behemoth out of France, connections with Ripple, the company, and then I believe this is pronounced Fidor. So every time I think of France, obviously I'm referring back to that central bank digital currency paper. I think it was released in March of this year, 2020. And what they mentioned that I thought was pretty interesting was that they could potentially, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they made it worth noting that they could build a central bank digital currency on top of Ethereum or Ripple. Very interesting, guys. I think you guys understand the benefits of, a finite supply to prevent spamming the network, governance, staking, whatever the use case is. All right, utility token, whatever. So, Fidor, Ripple, BPCE Group. We'll talk about them. So BPCE is a French banking group, 2009 merger, huge groups. Obviously, we can see 40 million customers, 8,200 branches, real estate, financing services, professional, SMEs, large enterprises, institutions, international. You get it. All right. So now we can see they own more than 70% of Natixis, while the remaining float is listed on the Paris Stock Exchange. That's a pretty good amount. And again, I was just double checking how to pronounce that. So I listened to the president and CEO here. This was 2012, but he looks like he's from, the 90s. Just sharing. Hopefully that wasn't me. All right, so right here, Euronews, October, Natixis has acquired a majority stake in an asset management startup, Osium. All right. Now we'll tie it together. Natixis Payments Group, BPCE, becomes the first banking group in France to offer instant payments. As you can see, instant payments is just a thing of now. It's almost going to be a thing of the past relatively soon. Now with Transferwise, they partnered with BPCE. So you could argue they partnered with Natixis as well. All right, all connected. BPCE I don't know why that's a tongue twister, becomes the first premium partner of Paris by 2024. Press release. Interesting. All right, talking about the Olympics here as always. We'll keep going. And now to tie in with Fidor, and I believe that's how you pronounce it. And now we're going to quote some quotes by the CEO, Matthias. So German digital bank Fidor is being acquired by Group BPCE. Now they're acquired, and guess what, guys? Fidor is a RippleNet partner. And this is right here, BPCE. So it's not the third, like I said earlier, I think. I said it's the second largest banking group in France. No surprise with these ongoing acquisitions. All right, now this is a Business Insider interview. And we have the gentleman, same guy. Let me go up just to make sure. So you see, again, his name, Matthias Kroner. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm an ignorant American. Remember that. All right, now we're right here. Do you want to tell me a little bit about Fidor's story and where the bank is coming from? So he goes to explain all of this. We ran a bank before already. This is our second bank. The bank we set up before was a similar direct banking, web-based approach. All right, now we'll keep going, and where he mentions Ripple. So are you looking at the blockchain and how you can use it? And as he says, Matthias, by integrating Ripple a year ago, we already are. We're way closer than any other bank, I would say. A bank's role in the future will be protecting your identity. Identity will be the biggest asset. Couldn't agree more, guys. Obviously, makes me think of Identity, makes me think of Global ID by Greg Kidd. So many things in this asset space working on this. But again, just showing another connection. I think that RippleNet, has a lot more partners than we realize, but we're only on a need to know basis, guys. So just keep that in mind, keep an open mind, and we will simply see what happens as time goes on and as the asset appreciates through hopefully utility. But as we can see, speculation is coming. You could argue it's a simple algorithm throughout, how the charts are moving. I get it. I'm open-minded. I could be wrong about a lot of things, but I don't think I'm going to be wrong about the future of this asset class. All right. And one last thing. So again, XRP Crypto Wolf, just sharing this. Already went through it, but he always summarizes it very well. So thank you for always sending this to me. So Malaysia's Securities Commission is planning a regulatory framework for wallet providers that will be built into existing crypto legislation. The regulatory framework will be added to the country's guidelines for crypto assets after August 14th. We have a lot coming in August, October, September, massive things ahead. And what's interesting is this, guys. We all want, moon now. I get it. I'm right there with you to an extent, besides, accumulating whenever possible. But you're not just building this market, and you're not just building new technology. You're also building the technologies, the legislation, technologies to interoperate and bridge the traditional with the modern. So there's almost, multiple things at play here. It's not just a simple new technology, boom, switch. So with that, as always, guys, I appreciate it. And hopefully I stuck under the 10-minute mark, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.